Adrian Newey has finally done it. After decades of dominance at Red Bull, he now has full control and no restrictions. And what's just been revealed doesn't look like a debut car. It looks like a warning. The first glimpses of Aston Martin's AMR26 show a machine that breaks expectations: radical floor geometry, a near-silent cooling concept, and design elements no one else is even discussing yet. Because this isn't a copy of Red Bull. This isn't a development car. This is Adrian Newey's clean slate vision, unfiltered, uncompromised, and terrifyingly beautiful. And if what we're seeing is real, Aston Martin might not just be back. They might be about to change everything. The official story is straightforward. Aston Martin, backed by Lawrence Stroll, has made a bold leap into the 2026 season. They've partnered with Honda as a work supplier, and more importantly, they've handed the entire technical operation to Adrian Newey, the man who has redefined Formula One chassis and aerodynamics for decades. This isn't just a signing. It's a total transformation. From the top of the team down, every department has been reorganized around Newey's philosophy, giving him complete authority over design, development, and integration. The AMR26 is the first product of this freedom. It's a car designed from a clean slate, specifically for the new 2026 regulations. No compromises from legacy architecture. No recycled concepts. Every line, every surface, every internal duct and floor shape is a deliberate choice. The leaked images of the car, though limited, already reveal a radical approach. Side pods that taper sharply. Floors that slope inward almost imperceptibly. Cooling systems that seem hidden from view. And a chassis that looks aggressive, yet balanced. What's striking is the silence from Aston Martin. No press conferences. No teasing videos. Not even commentary on the engine or aero strategy. The team appears calm, focused, and deliberate, a rarity in pre-season hype. But in that calm lies tension. Because Adrian Newey doesn't design for appearances. He designs for performance, efficiency, and dominance, often in ways no one outside the wind tunnel fully understands. And if the early glimpses we've seen are accurate, then what Aston Martin has built is more than just a car. It's a statement. A signal that the AMR26 may not just compete. It may change the way the grid thinks about F1 design entirely. At first glance, the leaked images seem innocuous, just a sleek, modern F1 car. But engineers and insiders see something more. The side pod profile tapers in ways that don't match any other team's interpretation of the 2026 regulations. The floor appears sculpted for airflow management that minimizes turbulence and reduces porpoising without visible strakes or complex splitters. Cooling inlets seem almost hidden, suggesting a fully integrated thermal management system. The rear diffuser appears wider and more aggressive than expected, yet the car maintains a clean, uncluttered aesthetic. These details might seem minor to a casual observer, but to rival engineers, they are disturbing. Why? Because they hint at solutions no other team has considered, or perhaps even realized are possible. Newey's design doesn't just solve the known challenges of 2026, it sidesteps them entirely. The implication is chilling. The car may already be performing well in simulations without ever needing to reveal its true potential on track. And if that's the case, rival teams aren't just behind, they might be chasing an advantage they don't yet understand. Every angle of these leaked images shows purposeful design. Nothing is superfluous. Every contour, every vent, every surface appears to contribute to a cohesive, integrated system, a system that may already outperform the conventional interpretations of the 2026 rules. And that's why the paddock is uneasy. This isn't just another competitive car. It's a potential game changer. Aston Martin, under Newey, might already be ahead before anyone else has even fired up their first preseason test engine. This is where the story changes from design to strategy. The leaked images don't just show a car, they hint at a philosophy. Newey's approach appears to integrate the chassis, aerodynamics, and cooling systems as a single, cohesive unit. That means the car may not just solve the challenges of 2026, it could avoid them entirely, performing in ways other teams can't even predict. The key twist lies in the integration with Honda's new power unit. Instead of designing the chassis around a pre-existing engine, Newey seems to have designed the car with the engine in mind from the first sketch. This level of coordination is rare, even among championship-winning teams, and it suggests Aston Martin may already have a performance advantage hidden beneath the surface. Unlike other teams, who must compromise between cooling, weight distribution, and hybrid energy deployment, Aston Martin's design hints at a systemic solution. Every curve, every vent, every floor slope appears to be purposefully placed to optimize airflow, heat management, and stability simultaneously. If these images are accurate, the car could remain stable in energy transitions, preserve tires better, and minimize drag, all while competitors struggle to manage these challenges separately. The twist is clear: Aston Martin may not be racing the 2026 regulations. They may have already decoded the rules in a way that no one else has considered, giving them a hidden edge that won't be obvious until the car hits the track. And when it does, the paddock could be forced to rethink everything about how they approach the 2026 season, from chassis design to thermal strategy to aerodynamic philosophy. This isn't just a competitive car. It's potentially a blueprint for dominance. At this stage, the leaked images are circulating quietly, but the paddock is unusually silent. Normally, any radical design would spark immediate scrutiny, questions to the FIA, internal simulations, or media commentary. But Aston Martin has avoided all of that, and the silence is deafening. Rival engineers are seeing the same images and are privately concerned. They don't know how Newey has solved the thermal, aerodynamic, and hybrid integration issues, and they aren't sure how to respond. There's no clear point of reference, no precedent, and that uncertainty is rattling teams across the grid. What's truly alarming is that this car may already be ahead conceptually. Other teams have been building around known weaknesses in the 2026 regulations: battery weight, floor stability, hybrid energy transitions. But Newey appears to have designed a car that avoids these weaknesses entirely, turning potential liabilities into strengths. The floor, the side pods, the taper of the rear — these are subtle cues to experts that the AMR26 might already have solved issues other teams are still struggling to model. This is not just advanced design, it's predictive design, anticipating performance and stability problems before they occur. The lack of protest or public concern from rival teams isn't complacency. It's hesitation. They know they don't fully understand what they're seeing, and admitting that in public would expose vulnerabilities. And the FIA? Even the governing body has remained quiet, because technically nothing is illegal. The genius of Newey's approach is that it works within the regulations while redefining how a car can behave. At this point, it's clear, Aston Martin isn't just showing a car. They're signaling a new level of mastery. And the rest of the grid doesn't know if they can catch up yet. The implications of the AMR26 go far beyond lap times. Even if it isn't instantly the fastest car on the grid, the philosophy behind it could reshape the entire competitive landscape. If the leaks and images are accurate, Aston Martin may have already solved problems that others are only beginning to model. Thermal balance without drag penalties, integrated chassis-to-engine aerodynamics, and floor stability that doesn't rely on conventional compromises. For the other teams, this isn't just a car to beat. It's a moving baseline, a new standard that may force them to rethink the 2026 rules entirely. Every simulation, every design assumption, every upgrade plan might now be inadequate. Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull could face a painful reality: the AMR26 doesn't just compete with them. It challenges the way they think about car design under the new regulations. Their past strategies for handling hybrid integration, energy deployment, and aero efficiency may no longer apply. That's the quiet danger. Because in Formula One, a car that redefines the rules without breaking them creates a ripple effect. Rival teams have to react, not develop proactively. Time becomes the enemy. And Newey thrives in this environment. He's built cars before that forced competitors into reactive development, leaving them struggling to catch up mid-season. The AMR26 could do the same, creating a head start that lasts well beyond 2026. If Aston Martin's approach works, it doesn't just win races. It shifts the mental and strategic framework of the entire grid. Other teams will be playing catch-up while Newey's design continues evolving silently in Silverstone. In other words, this isn't just a stunning new car, it's a quiet revolution, and the first images we've seen only hint at what's coming. So where does this leave the Formula One grid? The AMR26 hasn't even turned a wheel in testing yet. No official data. No lap times. No tire wear analysis. And yet, the leaked images have already sent shockwaves through engineering rooms across Europe. This car is more than a machine. It's a statement. A warning. Because Newey's philosophy is clear: build a car that solves the problems the regulations create before anyone else even realizes they exist. From the first leaked glimpse, it's obvious Aston Martin isn't just participating in 2026, they're setting the agenda. The rival teams are left in a precarious position. Do they accelerate development to chase? Do they try to reverse engineer concepts they don't fully understand? Or do they risk losing the mental battle before the first race? And the most unsettling part? Even if the AMR26 isn't fastest in testing, its approach has already changed the conversation. Newey has a history of making teams react not just to speed, but to ideas. And this car is a perfect example of that legacy. By the time we see the car in anger, the grid may already be behind. And that is the true power of Newey's design. It doesn't need to dominate immediately. It only needs to reshape expectations, strategies, and mindsets. So, as the first testing sessions approach, one question remains. Are we witnessing the birth of a championship contender, or the first glimpse of a team that will define Formula One for years to come? Either way, one thing is certain. The Aston Martin AMR 26 is stunning, and Adrian Newey has once again made the entire sport take notice.